Xenoblade Chronicles just got the ultimate glow up, and I'm here to tell you whether the Switch 2 upgrade pack is worth your hard-earned Noponstone. We're talking 4K visuals, 60 FPS smoothness, hover bikes that would make Mario Kart jealous, and a brand new racing minigame that honestly has no business being this fun in a JRPG. I already owned the original definitive edition, so today we're laser focused on what's actually new. And trust me, there's more here than just a resolution bump. Hey Switch Squad, it's Crunchy here, serving up Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Nintendo Switch 2 Edition with a side of super effective breakdown. Welcome back to the channel where JRPGs are deep and the vibes are crunchy. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss the next route. We've got plenty more Nintendo deep dives, unboxings, and gameplay coming your way. Alright, first things first, what exactly is this upgrade pack? So if you're like me and you already own Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on the original Switch, you can grab just the upgrade pack for $10. That gets you everything new that was built specifically for the Switch 2 hardware. If you don't own the game yet, you can buy the full Nintendo Switch 2 edition for $69.99, which includes the base game, Future Connected, and all the new upgrade content in one package. Now, is it worth it? Let's crunch the details. The first thing you're gonna notice, this game looks crispy. We're talking 4K resolution when docked, assuming you've got a compatible display, and full 1080p in handheld mode, both running at a buttery 60 frames per second. And yeah, I know 60 FPS gets thrown around a lot these days, but in a game like Xenoblade, where you're constantly rotating the camera during combat, exploring massive open environments, and watching these gorgeous cutscenes, it makes a real difference. The cutscenes in particular got smoothed out. On the original Switch version, some of those pre-rendered scenes had a little compression blur if you look too close. Here, clean, sharp, chef's kiss. Shulk's hair has never looked so anime, and I mean that as the highest compliment. Oh, and they added controller rumble. It's a small thing, but when the Monado activates or a big plot beat drops, that little tactile feedback, peak immersion unlocked. Now let's talk about the real star of this upgrade, the Etherjet. This thing is a straight up hover bike that you unlock by completing a brand new quest called World Changing Whatchamajig. And yes, that's the actual name. Peak Nopon energy. You meet this adorable Nopon inventor near the refugee camp on Bionis leg starting in chapter 4. She's got that classic Nopon chaos, Yahoo inspirations, and she needs your help finishing her latest invention. The quest sends you back to the cylinder hangar in Colony 9 to grab some ether cylinders. You fight a returning ancient machine. Yeah, the defense system's back online and it is not happy to see you. Then you bring the goods back to the Nopon engineer and boom, Etherjet unlocked. One for each party member for free. So how does it work? You can hop on anytime outside of combat using ZL and ZR. It's got way faster movement than walking, works on land and water, and completely negates fall damage, which is huge in a game with cliffs like this. No more dying because you thought you saw a collectible and yeeted yourself off of Garplane. You've also got a boost function that makes you go even faster, but it drains a gauge. The gauge refills over time, or you can grab collectibles to top it off mid-ride. Pro tip, don't burn through your whole gauge at once because once it's empty, you gotta wait for a full recharge before you can boost again. Oh, and one heads up, when you're boosting, you're emitting a ton of ether. That means monsters are way more likely to notice you and get aggressive. So if you're trying to slip past high level enemies early game, maybe don't turbo past a level 80 dinos. But honestly, the Ether Jet makes exploration so much better. Bionis and Mechanis are massive, and this thing turns backtracking from a chore into a vibe. Plus, it works in Future Connected too, so Melia and Shulk get to zoom around the Bionis shoulder in style. Okay, so they added a hover bike to a JRPG. Cool. But then they went ahead and added a full-on racing minigame mode with 10 different courses, unlockable armor, and rewards, which I was not expecting, but I'm so here for it. Nopon Grand Prix has 2 game modes, Score Attack and Battle Race. In Score Attack, you're racing through checkpoints and smashing ether ore to rack up points before time runs out. The ore comes in 5 colors, and if you hit 3 of the same color in a row, you get a color bonus that multiplies your score. Chain those bonuses together and you can build up to a 10 times multiplier, which is wild when you're trying to hit the score threshold to unlock rewards. In Battle Race, it's a straight up race against AI controlled party members. First one through all the checkpoints and across the finish line wins. You're still smashing ether ore, but here it refills your boost gauge and gives you free 5-second speed boosts if you nail a color bonus. So it's less about points and more about optimal racing lines, boost management, and not getting bodied by a level 1 Riki on the Valak mountain course. There are 5 courses per mode, 10 total. Each one's set in a different region: Bionis Leg, Magna Forest, Alchemoth, Valak Mountain, and Colony 9. And they unlock as you progress through the main story, so you're not going to see the Colony 9 wild ride until late game. Every time you hit the goal with a specific character, whether that's the scored target in Score Attack or winning in Battle Race, you earn Noponstone and a piece of exclusive armor: head, torso, arms, legs, feet, 1 per course location. Each character gets 2 full sets total, 1 from Score Attack and 1 from Battle Race. And these aren't just cosmetic. If you equip a full set, either as actual gear or just as an appearance, you get a permanent boost to your Ether Jet's acceleration and boost speed. And if you really go hard and complete all 10 courses with all 7 playable characters, you unlock those bonuses permanently. No gear required, even carries over to Future Connected and New Game Plus. That's 70 clears, by the way. So yeah, it's a grind. But hey, if you're the type who's gonna 100% this game anyway, you were gonna do it regardless. So here's some of the character attributes for the Nopon Grand Prix. You can check the stats, take your pick. In the Nopon Grand Prix, you can select and play as any character you like from the main cast. Each playable character comes with their own different strengths and weaknesses. So some of the attributes that you'll see are things like speed, acceleration, boost gauge, handling, weight, and we have different drivers that you can select. You can select Rhine, you can select Shulk. Also, can we talk about how Riki has questionable speed and poor handling, but makes up for it with a lengthy boost gauge? That's the most Riki thing I've ever heard. He's out here drifting on vibes alone. Which character are you maining in Nopon Grand Prix? I'm curious if there's a meta forming yet. Drop your picks below, and if you're already cleared all 70 courses, please go outside. Bruh. So one thing about Noponstone that I noticed that is a really helpful hint with this new DLC is originally when you do time attack, you can go here and complete time attacks, and you have certain time attacks that you can do. You go ahead and visit this Nopon here, the Nopon Archsage. He offers you different attempts at doing time attack trials, which there's 2. There's these time attack challenges. There's the restricted, and then there's free. And for doing a certain challenge, you get Noponstone, as you can see. This one gives you 1,600. This one gives you 1,200. I think the max is probably like 4 or 6 depending on the time attack that you do. And before, I think that was one of the only ways that you can get Noponstone. Now, because of the Ether Jet, not only can you combine doing time attack trials with the ether jet races in the Grand Prix, which is great because you can go here to the Nopon GP and get Nopon Stone. Here you get the most is 5,400 for the Caterpillar circuit. If you do a battle race here, you could get up to almost 12,000. Actually, you get over 12,000 with Riki, 12,600, which is awesome. So if you keep doing that, that is a really good way to unlock some of the unlockables with Noponstones. So that is a great tip right there. So this one's smaller, but honestly might be my favorite change. Heart to hearts, those optional character conversations you find scattered around the world now have full voice acting in both English and Japanese. In the original definitive edition, these were text only. You'd get the character portraits, the dialogue boxes, the music, but no voices. It worked fine, but it always felt like a missed opportunity, especially since the main story cutscenes are so well acted. Now, every single heart-to-heart is fully voiced, and it makes such a difference. You get the emotion, the timing, the little inflections that make these moments feel real. I'm not gonna lie, I went back and I'm here at Apex Lake in Frontier Village, and I have a heart-to-heart that I haven't finished between Melia and Dunban. So let's go ahead and do that because it's awesome just to hear them with the new voice work. If you're someone who loves the character building side of Xenoblade, this upgrade alone might justify the $10. So let's jump into it.
This flower is much like one that used to grow by Erith Sea.
Used to? You mean it doesn't anymore?
Alas, the breed was wiped out.
I can see you love flowers, Melia.
I do adore them. How about you, Dunban? Do you like flowers? You do? This is surprising. I didn't get that impression from you at all.
I intrigue you now. I'll take that as a compliment.
You are welcome. I think I know the perfect flower for you. The renowned Stardrop. None can deny its beauty.
That was nice. That was really nice. It's such a difference when you compare it to just like text and dialogue that you read, because you connect so much more now that they're voice acting that dialogue and you connect more with the characters. So again, if you're someone who loves the character building side of Xenoblade, this upgrade definitely justifies the $10. For me, that's so much better, especially if you're starting the game from scratch and you're doing a new playthrough or your first playthrough. Definitely check that out. A few other things worth mentioning. Amiibo support is back from the 3DS version, so if you've got Shulk or other compatible Amiibo lying around, you can use them. They fixed the Art's Inheritance glitch from the original definitive edition, which if you're a speedrunner or someone who liked breaking the game, you might be sad about. But for everyone else, it just means the game works as intended now. Real talk, is Xenoblade Chronicles Switch 2 upgrade pack worth $9.99? If you already own the definitive edition and you loved it, yeah, I think it's worth it, especially if you've got a Switch 2 and a 4K TV. The visual bump is noticeable. The 60 FPS makes everything feel smoother, and the Ether Jet genuinely changes how you explore the world, especially for first-time players jumping into Xenoblade Chronicles for the first time. The Nopon Grand Prix is fun, but it's a bonus. If you're buying this just for the racing, you might be disappointed. It's a solid minigame, not a full standalone mode. But if you're the type of player who loves squeezing every bit of content out of a game you already adore, the new armor, the voice heart-to-heart, the ability to zip across Gar Plain at Mach 3 while you will know our names is blasting, yeah, that's worth $10 to me. If you've never played Xenoblade Chronicles and you're jumping in for the first time with the Switch 2 edition, you're getting the definitive way to play this game, hands down. Full stop. $70 for the base game, future connected, and all this extra stuff is a solid deal. This is one of the best JRPGs ever made in my book, and now it's running at its absolute best. And if you don't have a Switch 2 yet and you're still rocking the original Switch version, you're good. The original definitive edition is still fantastic. You're not missing out on anything essential. But when you do upgrade your console, this is one of those games where you're gonna wanna grab the enhanced version. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is exactly what a good remaster should be. It respects the original, polishes what was already great, and adds just enough new flavor to make it feel fresh without messing with what made it special in the first place. The Ether Jet, the Nopon Grand Prix, the upgraded visuals, the voice acting, none of it's revolutionary on its own, but together, it's the kind of love and care that makes you remember why you fell in love with this game in the first place. If you've been loving this deep dive and you want more Xenoblade, more Nintendo breakdowns, more unboxings, and gameplay, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more coming down the pipeline, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. And hey, drop a comment and let me know, are you grabbing the upgrade pack or are you waiting for a sale? No wrong answers. We're all just here to talk games and vibe. Until next time, keep it crunchy and keep it super effective. I'll catch you all on the next route.